How did you start preparing for NEET PG?
So I was lucky enough that
How did you actually target your weak points? Because when you read something so many times and having clear concepts, it's just that those small facts are missing. And how do you realize that you are missing those facts, and how do you focus on those facts?
I was regularly giving GTs from December onwards. I was not scoring as I thought I would have based on my preparation, but still,
Is BTR enough?
uh, I would say if read the notes like of every subject at least 20 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
20 times. What are the biggest drawbacks of BTR?
Drawbacks, if you will say, then
Hello everyone, we are here with Dr. Anurag. Dr. Anurag has scored an All India rank of
4166.
in this year's NEET PG along with a heavy internship. He was in my college, we've studied together, and his primary source and his main source of preparation was BTR. Plus, he started studying in the end of his internship. I'm sharing his journey on this channel because this is the most relatable way. This is how 90% of people study. Even though people study like this, a very few handful of people are able to get this kind of a rank with very less preparation. So, this journey and the values that he's going to give is going to be extremely important. And most importantly, this video is primarily going to be around BTR, and we are going to answer the $1,000,000 question of, is BTR enough? So, Anurag, tell us, how did you start preparing for NEET PG?
So I was lucky enough that when I got my posting order, all my heavy postings were in the first 9 months of my internship, and all I was left in the last 3 months was my community medicine posting. So that's when I decided to buckle up and start my preparation for NEET PG.
So, when you started preparing for NEET PG, what was your thinking in your head? Were you thinking about doing main notes? Were you considering BTR? How did you pick the right resource for yourself?
So I had given my first ever GT in September, which I scored like 83 corrects, and I was devastated by that time. I had been like, I was studying in my UG itself, like I had read.
So
notes
basically,
for-
you had your baseline, and like when you checked what your baseline was, it was at 83 corrects in
Yeah.
GTs.
Yeah, correct. So I was not studying, but still I was expecting at least 100. I don't know why I was expecting that, but
Everyone does.
Yeah, exactly.
Even I was expecting 100, and like in the middle of my baseline GTI, I realized that I was not getting 100, so I cheated to get 200. It's just that you were more honest.
Yeah, but that's why. So like in September I gave my GT, and after that I didn't even review it. I was so like I was like chodo, like I'll just repeat and I won't study at all, and I will focus on my internship because I was doing my internship properly. But then in my community medicine posting, all my like group mates in the internship were doing BTR and they were doing it religiously. And I had seen their rising curve of GTs only. So they were consistently getting like more than 100, then more than 110, more than 120. So that's why I also sat down with them, asked them what is BTR basically, because I had no idea what BTR is. They introduced me to BTR, and that's when I bought it and my journey began.
So we literally have his bill of BTR of, it is not just a bill, it is a proof of when he actually started studying for NEET PG. So tell us about BTR and what it is, like what you understood that BTR was in the beginning and what you realized what it is right now.
Yeah, I chose BTR because I have never watched any videos. I just did notes of different apps, like different preparation apps. So I wanted to watch videos first, and like in BTR only Zainab ma'am is teaching every subject. So like there's no differences in teaching methods of different subjects. So that's why I chose BTR, and then I watched the entire BTR 2.0 in in 1 month or so. First, not did not revise it at all. Just went through all the videos. I was using the pre-annotated notes itself that I got from the Telegram group. Uh, Big thanks to Dr. Anamika, Dr. Karthik, and Dr. Rishik for that. I myself added loads of stuff to those notes itself.
Add क्या किया भाई?
So like in the UG itself, while preparing for my university exams, I had read the notes. So somewhat somewhere the concepts I was remembering, which was not there in BTR. So I thought that my intuition wale subjects, thought ki like I'll add these topics here itself. I just added the screenshots. And if they were like in the future, if they were not important in the GTs and all, I omitted them. So I say I was not like hard and fast adding extra stuff and keeping it there itself.
So basically, अगर तुमको initially कुछ लगता है कि this is very important, but later on in your prep you realize that this has never been asked previously, GTs में भी नहीं पूछे, Q Bank में भी नहीं पूछे, you can eliminate it easily. So there is no hard and fast rule that you have to know what is important from the get-go itself.
Yeah, because in the end, BTR is such a commodity that you have to rapidly revise it as well. You have to repeatedly read the notes. I have read the notes like of every subject at least 20 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
20 times, bhai. Like imagine starting your preparation like end of December, beginning of January, and starting is always slow for everyone. So like roughly 4 to 5 months pakad ke chalte, 4 to 5 months mein you keep like 150 days. 150 days mein reading BTR 20 times. So which means you read BTR almost 19 subjects 20 times. So kaise bhai, kaise?
I don't know. Like first 2-3 reads are always difficult because even though the BTR like every subject is like 20 to 30 pages max, but each page is such that it can be expanded to 5 pages itself.
Yes, जो main notes में 5 pages में सिखाया हुआ है वो पूरा club करके concise करके shorthand में writing in shorthand is instead of sentences you write keywords, dashes equal to hyphens in order to compress that and make flowcharts and just add images. So जो processing है वो brain में होता है, it is not on the page.
Yeah, so वही देखा मैं and sort like the first 4-5 reads are difficult, but once you get the hang of it, you can like the revision gets easier and easier as you go.
And one thing that I have realized about people that give multiple reads to a single resource is that they get so overconfident every time they read something. They think they know everything about that particular chapter or that particular page when they go into reading it. So when they read a page, they only pick things that they know. For example, while reading hypertension, they will, if there is a page on hypertension or like taking hemat-oncology or taking non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, for example, will only read the CD markers that they know. They will only read the prognostic features that they know, and they will eliminate everything else just to feel that, sense of pseudo confidence. So how did you get past that? And how did you actually target your weak points? Because when you read something so many times and having clear concepts, it's just that those small facts are missing. And how do you realize that, you are missing those facts, and how do you focus on those facts?
So I was regularly giving GTs from December onwards. I was not scoring as I thought I would have based on my preparation, but still then the reviewing GTs becomes an important aspect then. I was confident in this subject, but then I got to know something new concept, but it was already in the notes, but I had never visited it.
Yes, that happens.
So, but when that happens, when you read it again, it gets permanently imprinted in your mind. So it is a good thing that if you catch it on early on. So I was doing the same. I was repeatedly reading the BTR also, as well as giving at least 1 GT in 2 weeks.
1 GT every 2 weeks. Yeah.
And then reviewing it also. After that, when my score got stabilized, I was always on a rising curve for GTs. From 83, I got 88, then 93, 98, and like once I reached 110, and I was like confident that I'll get 110 at least in every GTs. Then I started with the compiled modules of BTR. So Zainab ma'am says that if you're getting 140 plus, then you go for compiled. But didn't have the luxury and the time to keep studying till I get to 140 plus and then start compiled. So I started it early on. Even for compiled, I added in the main notes because the compiled has no separate notes. So while watching the video itself, I made physical notes of it in a separate book, and then I used to revise that itself.
BTR is not just BTR main videos. BTR is an entire course. So, what all is there in the BTR course, and what all is important, and what sequence should one follow?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I have seen loads of people who have just watched BTR 2.0 and they think that is enough. But even ma'am says that this is not enough. You have to watch the compiled modules as well as the TNDs. TND 1.0 to 6.0 you have to watch. I didn't watch everything.
1.0 to 6.0 TND क्या है, and how are each TND sets different?
So obviously, Zainab ma'am started with TND 1.0. It was 2 years back when BTR started in the Cerebellum app. And she has kept each and every TND for everyone to solve till now. So it's not like you cannot access last year's TND. So like all the extra concepts or even the concepts that she thinks that she has taught, but the students get it still get it wrong. So she has included in the TNDs. I didn't solve the TNDs. I just watched the videos of TND 1.0, 2.0, and 6.0 because of the time constraint.
So now for students who are coming up, is there any new test series that's coming up?
Yeah, like as Zainab ma'am said in her latest video, she has clubbed all the 1.0 and 6.0. So you need to watch it. Zainab ma'am has said in her video that she has clubbed all the TND 1.0 to 6.0 in one TND itself, and the TND is currently ongoing. So I think there's no need to go through 1.0 to 6.0 anymore.
The new format also has everything is subject wise. So earlier she used to take TNDs of like 2 to 3 subjects combined together, but now she has one TND for each subject. So the newer TNDs are even better. And TND is something that you must do. And if you ask me personally, I had just read BTR notes a week before INICET because I had a solid base. So I took BTR just as a filler to, take things from BTR that I already did not know because 90% of public BTR करके जा रहा है. So मैंने बस ये देखा कि BTR से मुझे क्या नहीं आता और उतना लेने के लिए I did BTR notes for INICET, and after INICET I took BTR as a structure to be able to revise everything in one go. एंड जो टॉपिक्स बड़े बड़े हैं उसका एक ही पेज में सारा रिवाइज कर पा रहा हूँ, उसके लिए BTR was for me. So if you've been doing any other resource, don't switch on to BTR, or if you're just doing BTR and you have a FOMO about any other resource, just go through that entire resource in 3 or 4 days after you're done with one reading at least, so that you have an idea about all the subjects. And उसमें से जो important points तुमको लग रहे हैं, just take them home with you or just add it on to your BTR so that you can customize your own BTR. And when it comes to TNDs, I had attended TNDs of Zainab Vora, and I had also joined Dan's TNDs. But the thing about Zainab Vora's TNDs is that she is the one who's studying 19 subjects, and that is going to be the exact case with you. तो कभी कभी वो मैम बोल देती है कि भाई ये बहुत ही एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन है, इसको रटो मत, क्योंकि अगर तुम कोई स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट का TND कर रहे हो, वो टीचर को लगेगा कि तुम बस उसका सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे हो, एंड यू नीड टू नो ऑल द फैक्ट्स अबाउट दैट सब्जेक्ट. सो शी नोज कि अगर तुम ये सब्जेक्ट में नहीं भी पढ़ोगे तो इट्स ओके, बिकॉज देयर आर अ लॉट of subjects where you can cover more ground and which have more high yielding information than this. So वो अच्छा पड़ जाता है कि वो सीधा बोल देती है कि ये मत पढ़ो, ये पढ़ो. So that becomes very friendly because she is the one who has to study all those 19 subjects. So I had not seen the compiled modules. I had just seen one compiled module. So tell us what compiled modules are.
Compiled modules are basically everything else that she has not taken in the main notes. So she personally read all the main subjects textbooks like Park, Love and Bailey, Harrison, etc. And whatever.
But why did she read? She could have just read main notes and given it.
Yeah, but like, so that's what makes ma'am special. She read every textbook of the main subjects and took screenshots of it and taught us the extra concepts and even said that this is a potential question. And loads of that came in the NEET itself.
So basically, she is also doing the exact same thing. अगर तुमको फोमो है कि एमबीबीएस में गाइटन नहीं पढ़ा है, एमबीबीएस में पार्क नहीं पढ़ा है, एमबीबीएस में रॉबिन्स नहीं पढ़ा है, तो उन्होंने क्या किया? शी टुक screenshots of everything that she thought was important, and since she has had so many reads, she has given so many exams, she has taught so many batches, she has that experience that helps her refine and pick out the most important things that could be potential questions. And this you can do with everything you come across with. So if you are doing BTR and you have a FOMO about DVT, तुम DVT के through पूरा जाओ and make your own compiled modules. तुम उसमें से screenshots लेके अपने लिए रखो. So this is a concept that you can apply to yourself as well. So when it comes to using any other resources, what other resources you used apart from BTR?
So, as I said, I annotated, like I added extra stuff to my main notes itself via the notes that I read in university exam. And still, if any subject was difficult for me or I wasn't getting expected like marks in that subject, then I watched the rapid revision videos of it. For example, for patho, like my patho was very weak, so I read Dr. Preeti Sharma's Rapid Reviser. Then, like my ophthalmology is my favorite subject. So, like ophthalmology is one of my favorite subjects. So I had watched DAMS, even marrow video of that. So I used to read those notes as well. Then ENT also tough one for me. So Sethi sir's notes were also there for me if any explanation was needed.
So basically, whatever you thought you were weak in, you supplemented that with main notes for more conceptual clarity and things like that. And according to you, now coming to the drawbacks, what are the biggest drawbacks of BTR?
Drawback, if you must ask, then I would say that it may become monotonous because obviously you're learning from one teacher only. But that's not that bad. And also, biggest one that I felt was of fear of missing out.
Yes, FOMO.
Yeah, because I was only doing BTR and my peers were doing like DAMS, marrow,
And you still did better than them.
but like they were doing the question banks. I didn't touch the question bank at all. I only did the PYQs and the custom modules as well as GTs.
According to me, the biggest drawback of BTR for someone who has tried and tested everything, I am the guy who has done everything. So I will tell you the biggest drawback of Zainab Bora as a teacher is that she is not an expert in every subject that she teaches. So, जो expert का perspective होता है towards the subject, like how a pathologist will teach you lymphomas. Like I had personally seen Dr. Najib's lecture about CD markers and lymphomas. So the way Najib teaches कि how a lymphocyte is born, कैसे bone marrow में वो born होता है, how it moves from various layers of a lymph node and how it acquires CD markers along the way. The journey is so beautiful and it helps you remember things and it gives you a conceptual idea about it. And obviously she also might know about all of this, but again there is a trade-off कि अगर ये सब तुम जान रहे हो, it involves a lot of time investment which people are not ready to have. Plus इन सबको compensate करने के लिए she gives mnemonics, and really when is all of this ever going to be tested for you? So I think like this cannot be even called a drawback. And I used to personally be a BTR hater. You know, I used to tell my friends who also did not do BTR कि हमको BTR gang को हराना है. We are against BTR, and eventually I started doing BTR not in the traditional sense, but I started following their notes. And when I started doing BTR, since I came from a place of so much information, I always saw BTR as a place of deficiency. Whenever I used to read, suppose I'm reading about diuretics, I would read कि अरे ये diuretic का point इसमें में दिया ही नहीं, अरे ये भी नहीं दिया है, वो भी नहीं दिया है. I used to try adding that, but then I understood that I had to take BTR as a structure, and then जो BTR में दिया है उसको पहले master करना है, and then move on to anything else, because your entire competition is going to be doing BTR. Even if you're not doing BTR, the thing that you can take away from this is that you just flip through BTR in 2 days and see what points you are missing, or if there are any flowcharts, tables, or pages that you think are valuable and that are going to give you a good structure to study with, and you just take them and add them to your own arsenal of preparation. That is how I would like to conclude this entire discussion. So, what do you think about all of this?
So you raised a good point there, but what you thought was a drawback of BTR was actually a blessing for me because I was in no position to start the NEET PG prep. I didn't know what to do, what not to do. ऐसे blindly गया तो मैं सब कुछ ही पढ़ने वाला था. तो क्या रटना है या फिर क्या समझना है and what is actually going to be asked, वो सब मैम खुद बताती है. So like if you have all that on the platter, then you have to do that. And whatever else you do, all the additional stuff, it is just the icing on the cake. That is for you, and that is going to boost your rank, obviously.
And one thing I noticed here is that when you are not getting something right in a particular subject or a topic, instead of blaming the resource, you put in the extra effort to go outside BTR to search for answers and strengthen your subject, instead of just blaming the teacher or the platform that you didn't teach this properly. That's why I don't know this. You can easily go outside, learn about the topic, and strengthen your arsenal.
Yeah, like even ma'am says the same thing. She says that whenever you come across any MCQ that you don't know, read its review. If you think it is important, just add it to your main notes. You can anyways later delete. If you're using a digital version, you can anyways delete it or strike it out later if you
पेज फाड़ सकते हैं, क्रॉस कर सकते
हाँ
हो.
वही. So I did it many times. Like अभी I used an iPad to study. So like 30-page BTR subject was once, like I went till 70 pages as well. But then I still cut short it to 40 pages. So it is all upon your perspective and what you think is important and it is not important.
Now, like asking you about your progress with BTR. So, like we, usually relate progress with GT scores. So tell us, give us a timeline about going simultaneously with your BTR and your GTs, and how you approached GTs and what changed.
Okay, so GT wise, I was sure that in the start I was giving one GT every 2 weeks and then reviewing it thoroughly. So my entire Sunday was gone in GTs only. So like सुबह उठ के like 9 बजे GT देने को चालू करूंगा as per the NEET timing. 9 to 12:30 if I give GT, then when I started like reviewing at 2 p.m, I used to review till 8 p.m because बहुत क्वेश्चंस गलत जा रहे थे and there were many new concepts. So I used to read everything and add it to my notes as well. So starting GT reviews were very lengthy, but as I made progress and my number of incorrects decreased, my review also decreased, because if I know this question, there's no point going in detail of that. That I got to know. Like I used Marrow GTs for my preparation, and Marrow GTs का कैसा है? Like in the review of Marrow, when you are reviewing a particular question, like they insert everything about that topic in there, but sometimes that becomes too much. So you have to handpick what all can you recollect and remember from this big review, and shorten it also. The first 4 lines of the review are extremely important. After that, everything like you have to handpick, like this seems important, this isn't so important, I feel, like that. It is completely up to your judgment. So back to my progress. Once my internship ended in April or so, I started giving weekly GTs then. That boosted my progress further. And then once like this year's GTs were completed, I switched to previous year's GTs.
Mhm.
The thing about previous year's GTs was it was according to the old pattern itself.
Mhm.
So there were no sections.
Mhm.
So as I was on time constraint, I didn't like utilize the entire 3.5 hours.
Mhm.
I gave it in 2.5 to 3 hours maximum,
Mhm.
and then reviewed it in the same.
Mhm.
I was pretty much overconfident in my eye में. I was expecting like अरे आ जाएगा अच्छे से आए ना मैं तो preparation हो गया है.
Uh-huh.
But it was an eye opener for me.
Mhm.
Even how to approach a exam that I got to know.
Uh-huh.
कैसे solve करने का, क्या छोड़ने का, क्या नहीं छोड़ने का.
Uh-huh.
एग्जाम में वो सब पता चला. After the results, I started my revision once again.
Mhm.
But then the postponement notice came,
Mhm.
and all my plans were I completely demolished and started anew.
Mhm.
The exercise that Zainab ma'am introduced was very helpful.
Mhm.
And then even I started something that I don't know people do or not,
Mhm.
but I used to give GTs passively.
Mhm.
So, like the previous year GTs, as I said, that they had no time limit or so.
Mhm.
So, as soon as I woke up, I used to give a GT,
Mhm.
and I used a timer of 2 hours. So, 2 घंटे में पूरा GT देने का, पूरा 200 क्वेश्चंस कंप्लीट करने का.
Uh-huh.
But अभी like there are like even in 2 hours में अगर करना है
Mhm.
तो you have like you cannot spend time recollecting question like अरे ये थोड़ा 1 मिनट देता हूँ उसके लिए वगैरह. तो I used to cheat in those GTs.
Mhm.
जो पैसिवली देता था. बट लाइक मैरो के जो GT देते उसमें ऑप्शन रहता टिक मार्क करने का एज अ गैस ऑप्शन.
Mhm.
सो गैस से अच्छा जो भी क्वेश्चन मैं पैसिवली देता था, जो कॉपी करके देता था, उसको मैं वो टिक करके रखता था. सो इन द एंड आफ्टर सबमिटिंग द GTs
Mhm.
मुझे गेस कितने किए हैं वो पता चल जाता. सो दैट वुड बी माय स्कोर इफ आई डिडंट चीट. सो सब्ट्रैक्ट दैट नंबर ऑफ गेसेस.
तो दोनों भी मिल गया प्लस
हाँ.
अगर वो चीजें इजीली जो सर्चेबल है मतलब दे आर ऑलरेडी देयर इन योर नोट्स, अगर वो ही अच्छे से पढ़ी होती तो एक सूडो आइडिया आ जाता है कि कितने करेक्ट आए होते हैं.
Exactly. And the thing about cheating for me is, thing about doing that is, if I cheat in a GT, that question became permanently imprinted in my mind. So अरे ये cheat करके उस टाइम आया था, तो बाद में अगर कभी वो पूछा गया तो याद आता कि अरे ये GT में मैंने ये cheat करके याद आया था, इसका आंसर ये है और ये कंसेप्ट ये है.
Right.
So रिव्यू उधर ही होता था मैसिवली मेरा, जो गलत हो रहा उसका ही रिव्यू उधर ही होता था. सो अल्टरनेट डे GT देने का, अल्टरनेट डे उसको रिव्यू करने का.
हाँ.
तो रिव्यू भी उसका 1.5 hour to 2 hour में हो जाता था.
Mhm.
सो उसके कारण आई गेव लाइक सो ये पैसिव GTs के कारण
Mhm.
इन अ मंथ आई गेव 15 GTs.
Mhm.
सो लास्ट ईयर के एंड उसके पहले वाले ईयर के मेरे GTs हो गए थे.
Mhm.
उसके बाद in the last 15 to 20 days of my preparation,
Mhm.
I submitted like I skipped and submitted all the other GTs that I have not seen of past 2 years.
Mhm.
उससे क्या होता है, I started doing only custom modules of GTs of skipped questions only.
Mhm.
So जो skip किए questions, so वो 40 questions ही daily अगर किए तो वो GT के questions भी मुझे मिल जाते थे.
Mhm.
सो इन द एंड वो क्वेश्चंस भी मैंने कर दिए थे.
Mhm.
सो लाइक बिकॉज ऑफ दिस आई हैड अ गुड क्वेश्चन बैंक प्रिपेयर्ड इटसेल्फ. दो आई डिडंट टच द क्वेश्चन बैंक ऑफ मैरो, बट
You made GTs your question bank, exactly.
I made GTs my question bank.
Now that we know about your specific progress, now I want to know your concept of Choti copy, since Zainab Bora mentions the Choti copy or the 20th notebook so many times. So what was your idea or what was your strategy to making your Choti copy, or did you just use the Choti copy given in BTR?
I started my Choti copy like after 4-5 revisions of main notes itself.
Mhm.
In the beginning, it was actual Choti copy,
Mhm.
but then it later converted to a 20th notebook itself.
Mhm.
As I started revising and revising, I kept adding new stuff to that Choti copy and color coded that stuff. Like for example, if it's completely a new concept which is not given in BTR, I used a different color of pen. Or like
Show it to us, bro.
yeah,
Show
so
it to us.
this is my Choti copy. You cannot say
छोटी
that
कॉपी नहीं है, डायरी है ये भाई.
yeah. So this
Full भरा है क्या?
Yeah, पूरा भरा है ये.
365 pages भाई.
So and this doesn't contain medicine. Medicine के लिए मैं separate बनाया था. Medicine
डबल कॉफी हो गया ये, डबल कॉपी.
मेडिसिन के लिए ये छोटी कॉपी था ही नहीं. द थिंग इज इंटीग्रेटेड मेडिसिन ऑफ बीटीआर मुझे इतना रिवीजन के लिए इतना अच्छा नहीं लगा. लाइक मुझे बहुत डिफिकल्ट जाता था इसके लिए. तो सेम डिट्टो टू डिट्टो लाइक वही सब चीजें मैंने एक बुक में लिखी. वो नोट्स खुद बनाए मेडिसिन के लिए मैंने, एंड उसमें एक्स्ट्रा चीजें भी ऐड करी. तो सिस्टम वाइज फिर मैंने ये नोटबुक में वो डाले सब. सो लाइक 2-3 रिविजन्स के बाद आई डिड नॉट टच द मेन नोट्स ऑफ इंटीग्रेटेड मेडिसिन एट ऑल. आई ओनली यूज माय मेडिसिन वाली 20th नोटबुक. सो 21st नोटबुक. सो या दैट्स द थिंग. मेन use of this was before every mock test. I like one day before every mock test I used to passively read entire 20th notebook just so I get a confidence कि मैंने सब कुछ पढ़ा.
365 pages एक जीटी के पहले, मजाक कर रहे हैं क्या भाई?
पैसिवली पढ़ता था. लाइक आई डिडंट
और मे बी इतनी बार पढ़ के तेरे को फास्टर हो गया रहेगा.
एग्जैक्टली. सो लाइक वो तो है. एंड माय बिकॉज माय एम वाज बिफोर नीट, like 4 days before NEET, I will not touch any notes. I will only use my handwritten notes. So that was my aim. So that's why before every mock test, not GT, every mock test, like abhi mock tests are important. They are free in every app. So जो भी free app से जो भी free mocks है सब देने के as a practice. एंड वो सारे मॉक्स के पहले एक बार छोटी कॉपी पढ़ लेने की. सो इन द एंड लाइक cerebellum app also gave us 5 mock tests. So before the 5th mock test I like literally just scrolled through my 20th notebook in like 3 to 4 hours and gave the GT. सो एक कॉन्फिडेंस भी बढ़ता है कि लाइक आई कैन रिवाइज माई एंटायर, एटलीस्ट गो थ्रू माई एंटायर.
तेरा पूरा लाइक पूरे प्रेप में तेरे जो वीकनेसेस है तूने एक बुक में किए, वो सारे वीकनेसेस यू आर गोइंग थ्रू इन 4 hours. उसके ऊपर और क्या ही चाहिए.
वीकनेसेस ऐसे नहीं. दिस बुक कंटेन्स ऑलमोस्ट 80% ऑफ बीटीआर. सो मुझे ऐसे लाइक आई कांट स्टार्टिफाई थिंग्स कि अरे ये एग्जाम के पहले इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये एग्जाम के पहले नहीं किया तो भी मुझे याद आएगा.
राइट.
वो कॉन्फिडेंस मेरे में कभी नहीं था.
राइट.
सो आई वाज लाइक कि नहीं, पूरा करना है बिफोर द एग्जाम, एटलीस्ट 1 week बिफोर द एग्जाम. सो दैट्स व्हाई माय एम वाज नेवर कि सिर्फ वोलेटाइल चीजें बुक में लिखने की और वो रीड करने का. इसलिए लाइक 80 to 85% of the BTR stuff it is in this choti copy itself. Also other GTs like GTs के extra stuff या फिर ऐसे ही मैं just randomly read कर रहा था या फिर internship में पढ़ा था या फिर ऐसे real life scenario देखा था जो BTR में नहीं दिखा कभी मेरे को. तो वो भी इसमें ऐड किया था मैंने sort of, but वो भी बहुत limited है. But my in the end my idea of a 20th notebook was that only कि almost 80% of the portion एक book में हो के like key points itself you have to go through in last 1 week of the preparation.
So as a gift for you, Anurag has an amazing handwriting. Every single year professionals में उसके notes literally पूरे college में circulate होते थे. So as a gift to you, if you guys really want, because मेरे college के बच्चे लोग भी बहुत request कर रहे हैं, so we are going to upload his notes on our Telegram channel. And वो notes का link मैं description में दे दूंगा. And guys, I'm creating my own Telegram channel. इससे ज्यादा cringe को नहीं हो सकता. So इसके ऊपर और एक क्रिंज चीज कर देता हूँ कि सब्सक्राइब करने बोलता हूँ. तू बोल भाई.
सब्सक्राइब तो करो भाई, इतना अभी मेहनत कर रहा है तो सब्सक्राइब तो बनता ही है. सब्सक्राइब क्या, लाइक भी बनता ही है.
Definitely guys. So to sum it all up, is BTR enough?
I would say if you have like 6 to 7 months of prep only left and you're starting, then BTR is definitely enough. But if you have still a time left, then I'll say go through the main notes once, and then the BTR will definitely be enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be enough for the exam and use BTR as a tool, basically.
Yeah.
So thank you Anurag so much for coming. अभी party देता हूँ तेरे को.